so hungry right now. I wanted to do a really like a self-care video, but I just don't feel like taking my makeup off right now. So I just decided to do a regular video because, I haven't been on here in a hot minute. And I'm so hungry. I feel like I haven't eaten all day and I know I've eaten the whole day. I want some chicken. Which I'm gonna order this in a minute. Kind of just wanted to like rant a little bit because I've been working really hard on the Laptop Mommies movement, but I know that there's just more to life than just this movement. And I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about just my journey and my self-development journey and just little things that I've discovered about myself as a woman and what could possibly help like anybody else as a woman. And, I would just like to say that like after having children and just discovering the world and really what the world is made of, because I just don't feel like we really discover what the world is made of until after we have children, because we obviously can see it for what it is because we're constantly trying to protect our children from what it is. So a real pivoting moment happens after a person has to legitimately take care of another human being, and you kind of just switch your perspective on the world and just how you think about the world as a whole. Like before I had children, I had a really positive outlook on the world. Like I really thought the world was like, a really, really great place, which don't get me wrong, the world is honestly a great place. But let's be real. If we put an innocent puppy or an innocent being in the middle of this chaotic world, what is more likely to happen to that being? It's more than likely going to get damaged, going to have some sort of trauma, somehow be abused. That's because that's just the energy of this world. So like we can create whatever energy we want within this world and with each other, but we have to understand the laws, the regulations, and the rules of this world as a whole. So once we get into that, I start to really take things for what they are. I really start to really be in this actual moment. And this is really a great thing. I mean, it has destroyed my innocence. I no longer feel like I'm still a kid at heart, but I just don't feel as free will as I did before. Like before I was more likely to take more risks, and now I'm like less likely to take like extremely high risks. Like I'm more of like a person who would want to take risk in business or something of that sort. Like I'm not really interested in taking risks in the ways that I used to take risks when I was younger. And that's because I know how this world works now. So I'm here to legitimately just guide my children and help them to maneuver through this world and figure it out. But through this journey, I wanted to get into saying that I've learned a lot about boundaries, and I've learned like how important it is, especially for us as women, to have boundaries. And we're not really taught this. We're taught that like if we are strict, or if we say something, or if we put our hand down, or if we stop something, or if we say we don't feel right about something, we're a bitch. If we're vocal, if we express that there's something that we want a particular way, we're a bitch. We literally just get called like these names because of our self-expression. And this has a lot to do with the rules that were placed upon us as women from thousands and thousands of years ago. Like people have constantly been saying like women should be quiet, women should be poised, women should be, all of these different things that they want us to be. And the thing is, I'm so for equal rights. I'm so for joining forces of men and women. It's like a powerful force. But I'm not for silencing a person. I'm not for silencing another half. I'm not for overstepping boundaries. I'm not for people pleasing. And this is something that I really had to overcome in my life, because I wouldn't say that I had a lot of issues. I wouldn't say that I'm a very jealous person growing up, but I would say that my biggest downfall was that I'm a huge people pleaser, or I used to be. And I had to cut that part of myself out of my life because it was ultimately destroying me. And I was giving parts of myself to people and to dedicating my parts of myself to messages and things that I ultimately just didn't really stand for. All because I wanted to cooperate with somebody, all because I really felt like I loved this person, or I felt like you know, it wouldn't be right to like really speak out on this or to go against this person, or, you know, this person just legitimately just has you like, you know, wrapped around your finger. I don't know if I'm getting off subject here, but what I'm trying to say here is that it's not just for relationships, okay? It's not just with relationships. It's with family members. It's with everything. Like, there's so many friends, family, anything. And I realized that I had placed myself in a position to be pleasing my boss, pleasing my clients, pleasing my boyfriend, pleasing my parents, and it was no pleasing for me. And I began to not really understand what I even liked in life. And that was really, really crazy, because I started to adopt what other people liked in my area and not really dig into like what it is that I really like to do and what are the things that I want to experience in this lifetime. And, you know, it's been a long journey, but I will say that being alone and being somewhat lonely and venturing out and traveling and moving to a different state away from friends and family has really put my perspective in alignment. And it showed me how to put myself first and how to ultimately reach out and grab the life that I want to live and not put it on somebody else and not put it on the people around me, for the reason why I'm not actually in the place I want to be or living the life that I want to live. Because I remember at one point always going on my Instagram and wishing I was somewhere else, wishing that I was in a different state, wishing that I was somewhere that was more sunnier or beach vibey and stuff like that. And now I just don't really have the same feelings because I've actually taken action and eliminated certain things out of my life. And that had to do with me putting up my very own boundaries. I mean, I was the type of person to say yes to certain things for people just because I wanted to be nice. And I will tell you right now, that is the worst advice to ever do or give yourself. And the thing is, we're like maneuvering in this world of school and just cliques and things like this, where it's like people only treat you right when you please them. And then it puts you in this function of constantly trying to please people. And then you realize that you're literally pouring out of an empty cup because you have nothing left for yourself, because you've constantly been pleasing every single person. And as I've grown to be a mom, this has gone more intense. So I would recommend that if you are a mom, to nip this in the bud, because your children are going to want you to please them. Your husband or boyfriend's going to want you to please them. Everyone around you, your boss is going to want you to please them. Everyone around you is going to want you to please them. And you have to legitimately set up your own boundaries and understand what is a priority and what is not. And understand that you are not here to live a life to please people. I had to realize that. And it's really hard because I want to get back on track because my phone just shut off. So if it looks a little weird, then understand that my phone just like died in the middle of my concept. But what I'm trying to say here is put up your boundaries. Know when to say no to people is all I'm trying to say here. You don't have to people please everyone. You don't have to people please your children. You know, I mean, we are here to help our children, but we're not here to like legitimately please our children every step of the way. Our children have to understand that this is the real world, and sometimes things are not going to go the way that they plan, and they have to be prepared for that. You cannot please your boyfriend all the time. I can't tell you how many times I poured myself into a relationship not fully being okay or even being stable with myself, and that's literally one of the biggest mistakes that I've constantly made within my relationships. Not at this point in my life, but I know in my younger days, I definitely have. So understand, like, it's okay to tell somebody, no, I can't give you my last $5. No, I can't come and watch your kid tomorrow. No, I can't bring you to the store because I have to study. Now, I'm not saying just be like selfish, but I am saying to be a little bit more selfish. And if you're like more of a selfish woman, then be a little bit more open. But I've met a lot of generous women in my lifetime, and my advice to them would be to put up more boundaries and be a little bit more selfish. And I know I have a hard time doing it too, because once I start acting in these motions, sometimes I start to feel guilty. But I shut it off, because if I can be here and cater to everyone else, then I should give myself the same love. And that's just me being mentally not correct. So I really hope that you guys, enforce some boundaries in your life as a woman, as a person. Don't feel like you're bitch for it, and just do the darn thing, because You know, this universe is built upon people's beliefs from hundreds of years ago. And it's time for us to just break certain thought patterns because it's not what we created, it's what was given to us. So, you know, I just want to expand a little bit more. I hope that all you baby mamas out there are doing well. I hope that everyone's treating you nice. I hope your child's father is treating you nice. And I really hope that you guys have a really blessed day. And also remember to put up your boundaries and remember to say no when you have to and don't feel bad about it. So I just wanted to do a short video. Hopefully later I'll get back on and do like a facial video because I wanted to show you guys this like gold mask that I have and we can just talk more shit later on in the next video. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.